What's going on, y'all? It's Rob with CinemaBullyz. It's been a while again. I'm going to touch up on something that I've spoken on before in previous YouTube videos that I've made over the past 2 years or so. Something that was brought to my attention that I found entertaining and hilarious, all the above, because I told this person, someone was bad news from experience, and people just don't seem to listen, even if your intentions are good, pure, genuine. And at the end of the day, I get it. Everybody in this dog game thinks it's all about money. They're going to make money. They're going to outproduce the next guy. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. I got news for you. You ain't going to do any of that. The main people in this game have been doing it since the beginning. Early 2000s or sooner. They established their blood, they've played with the blood, they've added the bulldog gene. They know when to put it in, when to take it out, when to incorporate different attributes that they see in the dogs. That they're not going to tell you all the secrets. They're not going to tell you how they did it. They're not going to tell you what papers are hung. They're not going to tell you none of that shit, period. So these people aren't your friends. They're not your fucking mentors. They're not your buddies. A lot of these guys in this game that have a, well-known name are usually the biggest scumbags of them all. They use everyone they can to their benefit, which, yes, from a business standpoint, it's smart. It's not smart when you think you're going to use people that are going to catch on to what you're doing, and that's all that they care about. They don't care about your friendship. They don't care about your family. They don't care about you losing your job, and they want things done when they need to be done, period, no matter the circumstance. And if you can't deliver, then that causes a problem. So this brings me to what I was informed about, which I found just hilarious. I told this guy several times that stay away from this person. They will stab you in the back. They did it to me. This person used me to his full advantage when it came to learning about the breed, learning how to breed, because the person that he is partners with now still doesn't know how to breed dogs, and that's his partner, mentor, whatever. And it's just funny that he tried to learn as much from me as possible prior to stabbing me in the back, because he thought that he was going to get a better outcome dealing with the other guy because he had a bigger name for himself, which he has a big name for himself. And how he got it, I don't agree with it at all. Surprised he's hasn't been hurt yet, to be honest. But you look at these people that had these big organizations or bully partnerships or kennel partners, and then all of a sudden they all disappear. So what's the common denominator between the people that are heads of these kennels that do well, but they always have different partners. You know, every few months, every few years, there's something that switches, that changes. Not to mention, you see these people ghost on all platforms of media, and they just get out of the dog game completely, or they talk shit on the person for a while and then they end up disappearing. And it's ironic that this individual, amongst others, you know, have had 7, 8 kennel partners in the past 5 years, maybe, and not including the ones that I don't know about. Not to mention all the dogs that are placed and co-owned, and, you know, all for their benefit. Yes, you get a nice dog, that might be the case, but then the people that don't get nice dogs, that get dogs with genetic defects that die before the age of 2, which there's been plenty of those too. Dogs that lack the breed type, which, I mean, you're breeding the big name dogs and still producing dogs that aren't breed type, which is fucking hilarious to me. I've produced a more bullier dog than this person amongst almost everyone else that runs their mouth in this game with old school dogs. And I have a female right now that, as a 4-month puppy, that will shit on any puppy that I've seen online, period. So when it comes to thickness and bone structure, head shape, she is a mimic clone without mimic in the blood. Her relatives are in the blood, but not her herself. Now, I find it entertaining that this individual that started more shit with someone else that is a well-established kennel that has kennel partners, that does his own thing, but he's not you know, not as I would say heartless when it comes to the dogs, that actually cares about the dogs. And he got fucked over by buying a dog that didn't turn out to be what it was supposed to be. On top of that, had genetic issues. Not going to go into detail with it, but the dog's fucked up. Lacks head shape, lacks structure, lacks bone. And the guy told the other guy that he didn't want to breed her again. She's not, you know, breed stock. It's not worth it. She, you know, she's sick. She has other problems, you know, etc. So the guy said, you know, no problem. We'll just make the deal right, because he co-owned the dog, like usual. So he decided to offer him a first pick female off another breeding that was recently produced. Other party decided, said, you know, yeah, okay, cool, we'll do that. I'll take another female and we'll run the deal back, you know, with, you know, 2 breedings or whatever the case is. So now this other individual, besides the 2 main kennel people, this other individual that is a partner of the one kennel had a problem with that, because he felt that he needed that dog or wanted a piece of that dog, whatever. So he decided to stir the pot, talk shit about the other kennel, and now the guy that has the dogs, the puppies, it decided, I guess, not to do the deal with the other kennel guy. So the guy that was the partner fucked up the transaction, the deal, because he got butthurt about not getting the dog or not having tabs on the dog. Maybe he had money in it. I don't know the full story when it comes to him, because I can care less about that prick. But like I said, he fucked over somebody else. He started shit with somebody else. Now, the guy that was going to get the dog, for the sick dog, said, fuck it, I don't even want to deal with it no more. Don't worry about it. Keep the fucking dog. I don't want nothing to do with your kennel. I don't want your kennel to be part of my program anymore at all. And he decided to walk away from the deal. He lost money like usual. You lose a lot of money in this game, especially when you deal with guys that specifically use you for their benefit. People gotta wise up. You know, these people that are giving you co-own deals, that are just giving you dogs with breeding rights, or you know, they want breeding rights. They're not doing it for you. They're doing it for themselves, to be able to tap into the blood, to get puppies off the litters, to sell, to make money. And some of them barely have any dogs, if any at all. And you guys are just letting them, you know, make money off of somebody that is either good-hearted or that's trying to do something with this bully shit. And all you're doing is digging yourself your own grave when it comes to finances, to your reputation, to, you know, building a healthy program. Because I'll tell you right now, this individual, amongst others, don't have the healthiest of programs, period. I mean, heart murmurs, cancer, hip dysplasia, breathing issues, car anxiety. That's just some examples of what I've heard and have dealt with that specific blood that he incorporated into his program that wasn't originally part of it. But now it's pretty deep into it because he used that bitch that he bought and bred her, not giving a fuck about her conditions. So now his program's flooded with that blood. And a lot of the females that you guys like off of this person have that blood in them. So cheers to that. Because now you're going to be breeding that dog that has those bad genetics, and just, you know, you're digging yourself your own financial grave. But like I said, this individual that stirred the pot once again as a partner of the guy, the original kennel that I'm speaking about, and he decides to start shit, not knowing, or he probably does know. I have a long text message, you know, him apologizing to me because he knows what he did was grimy and dirty and fucked up. And he still, you know, moved forward. Not to mention he talks shit about his partner that well, now is his partner, tons of shit. And, you know, that, and his partner's associates talk shit on them. But then he's making banners for them and doing this and sucking their dicks and, you know, whatever else he's doing. So it's pretty ironic that this guy started to make the banners because of me, because I told him he should do it because he was good with graphic design and shit. And I told him, I said, you should start doing it. Of course it took off because I set him up and, you know, explained to him what he could do with it. And he jumped on it, and good for him. He makes good stuff, but he's a dirtbag. So you're funding a dirtbag that is really just a piece of shit person that hopefully he gets dealt with eventually, which I would love to see or be a part of. But, you know, I've already spoken to him and told him how I felt before, and he was very cautious around me, to say the least. So that being said, I'm going to post the text message that he sent to me as my I guess it's like your screensaver for your video. So that's going to be the person. I'm not going to have his name attached, and I'll probably block out his number. But if you guys know me, know about my past, you know who I've worked with, then you guys will generally have a good idea of who I'm mentioning and talking about in this post or this YouTube video. And I got no hard feelings towards the original kennel owner, but the truth's the truth. I mean, there's no sugarcoating it. There's no, that's what it is. And you know, you could be a good person outside of the dog stuff, be a good father, be a good husband, and even then, that's all questionable, because you don't know what goes behind or goes on behind closed doors, and you don't know what goes on overseas. So I can't speak on if that person's even as good as what they look like on media. So, you know, you don't really know anybody in this until the money comes down to it, and then you see people's true colors. And remember that. That's why the people that I personally fuck with in this dog stuff still, because I'm laying low now, but I still am keeping tabs on stuff, and I'm still going to make moves in the future. But the people that I deal with, we don't have money involved in nothing. We do their deals, we get dogs, and we keep it moving. And they're my people that I fuck with. I have a very small circle. It's about 4 different guys. And all 3 are different kennels, and the other guy is part of the one kennel. So, and that's only people I'll mess with. Maybe 5. There's one more person that I would do business with. But they're genuine. They care about the dogs. They actually have dogs. And they've been in the game for, you know, 6, 7, 8 to 15 years. So take this video, and I don't care if tag or send it to whoever I'm talking about in this video. I can care less, because no one's going to do anything to me. So I can care less. But there's more spicier shit coming up. You know, a lot of the judges and handlers, and you know, there's so much just dirty, grimy shit that goes on behind closed doors that I've been unfortunately informed about from people overseas and shit. I don't know why people decide to hit me up in my DMs and tell me this kind of crazy shit, but it's going to be another video coming up. I'm going to touch base on it, and I'm not going to bring no names into it, but you will know who I'm talking about most likely, and I don't give a fuck if it blackballs me in any kind of registry, because it's the truth, and the truth's a bitch, especially when you know it's fucking grimy and fucking dirty and just not right. Like, you just know, like, why? Do things right. Do things by the book. You know, treat people with respect. And do right by the breed, man. I mean, this, since I've stepped back, man, I just see it going down, 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 and down. So, you know, it was a fun run, and I hope it gets better before there's no more of this bully shit anymore. Next thing's gonna be the fluffy Frenchies, or these fucking little micro nanos and all that stupid shit. So, but hope this helped you guys out. I hope you guys understand I'm not doing this because I'm salty about nothing, because I can give 2 fucks. And I really don't care. And that's why it's, you know, time that I'm gonna address this stuff and wake everybody up. So, all right. Take care, like, subscribe, share it, and hope this helped you guys out. All right, later, guys.